I have this one problem, and it's a very recent problem. We'll go ahead and say this. It's one that's so odd and bizarre. Dreams have been affecting me a lot lately for the past couple of years, but not as much to the extent as they do now, for some ungodly reason. One of them I don't want to say one, because that one's a little too, I don't know if it's worth bringing up just yet. Maybe eventually, I don't know. But anyway, the other is probably not as weird bringing up, but still probably unusual. I thought it only happened once, but it happened last night again. So I had this weird issue where I had a dream. If I ever have a dream where one of my own characters that I created, something terrible happens to them, I get like this weird shred of guilt over me when I wake up, and I act like, oh geez, I have to draw them. Like I get tempted to draw them because of the terrible dream that came out of it. I don't know why. I really couldn't tell you. I really could not tell you. The first time this happened, it happened with Alice DARKSIN. And I'm sure a lot of you already know the character since, you know, I talk about the webcomic a lot. And it's on 3 websites now. In fact, just today was the first day it got on DeviantArt. But anyway, I will go ahead and say this. The first dream is that, like, Alice and 2 other girls were facing this, like, stereotypical anime villain girl. You know, the kind of lady. And she was followed by like a bunch of Kaku demon looking creatures. I'm pretty sure they were just Kaku demons. I'm pretty sure they even referred to them as such inside the dream. But anyway, they had like this weapon, this almost shuriken boomerang looking thing. They're like, this is it, this is where we go ahead and finally turn things around. And the lady, she snaps her fingers and the Kaku demons turn into like yellowish versions. And for some reason, that means like the weapon won't work anymore. Like now they're immune, I don't know. And then they get captured and enslaved. Then I immediately just woke up with the image in my head of like Alice chained up inside a cage being pulled by like a truck with 2 other girls. And I just felt so terrible. I felt like I was the one who did it because technically like it was my dream. And I immediately decided I'm drawing Alice today. And I remember it was one of the best images I ever drew of Alice. I can't remember which one it was, because I've been drawing Alice a lot. Not just for Alice DARKSIN, but also for, like, for shits and giggles, because I just like drawing the character. But anyway, I had a similar dream last night. I had a dream I was watching the 3rd to last episode of BoJack Horseman. And it wasn't the actual 3rd to last episode. All I know is in the dream, in the context of the dream, that was like where I was at. Like it was the 3rd to last episode. The premise was BoJack wanted to see Diane. He went to wherever she lived. I forgot where that was. And he tried to talk to her. But for some reason, it wasn't Diane in the episode. It was my character Gem Kyoko, who is in Alice DARKSIN but just hasn't premiered yet. Because I've already revealed the character before. And it's not like, she doesn't really have much spoiler to her. She's pretty much one of the main characters almost. So anyway, what happened was that Gem Kyoko took the place of Diane for some reason. And she was like, I'm not having this, because you know how BoJack treated Diane and whatnot. That's the heater, by the way. And she ran into the freeway without looking and got hit by an 18-wheeler. Instead of like, you know, how bodies usually look when they're hit by a car, Gem looked like she was torn apart, shreds, like her head, torso, hands, and everything are in different places. It's a bloody mess. And I remember at that moment just crying in the dream. And the thing is, I don't even know why. I think it's because in the dream I knew that something was wrong, in the sense that I know Gem. What's Gem doing in BoJack Horseman? Why did she die inside BoJack Horseman? Why did she take the place of Diane? I think it was just like so much of a confusion thing, or it felt like I really lost someone. You know what I mean? So I had that feeling today where it's like, I need to draw Gem. I don't know why I have this problem. Maybe it's like a weird shred of guilt thing where it's like, I have to make it up to them by drawing them. I don't know. Maybe it's just proof that I'm a friggin' loon. Let me go ahead and try to do the pose. let me just make an ass out of myself right now. Yeah, the legs gotta be closer. And the torso's gotta be shorter. I can't use myself as a one-for-one model, though. I don't think that's how the human body bends. I'm a little iffy on that one. I'm in the same position, by the way. I'm sitting like that. Is it comfortable? Oddly enough, yes. Now, Jem, she's not really as, let's call it thick as characters like Alice. Not even as much as Kai. And Kai is pretty average. Jem is very petite. She doesn't have that much meat on her bones, whether it be muscle or fat or anything. Me, will you stop screwing up? Oh my goodness, this is hard. The leg is all fucked up. Jesus fucking Christ. This is hard. I guess, like, I gotta learn somehow, so I can't just go ahead and say I can't do it and never try again. Is that good? Oh, fucking no. I think the problem is that this part needs to be a little higher up. Just a tad. You know what, I'll go ahead and keep drawing and I'll analyze it when it's done, when this part's done, and then if there's any issues, I'll make another layer and fix it. Because right now we're in the whatever phase. Who cares? The shut up phase. The go to hell phase. Oh, that's the problem. Her knee's too freaking high up. I'm looking at my own knee right now, it's like, that's not that high up. It's not even past my shoulders. What am I doing? Sometimes you gotta use yourself as a reference, which can be hard because you can't look at yourself the same way you look at another person. If you have someone to be a reference, I don't know, get their assistance. Paint me like one of your French girls, as they say. It's strange how petite Jem is, despite the fact that she's a lazy character. Like, she doesn't do much. Well, she does in the story. What I mean is that, like, character-wise, she doesn't do much. Oh, God. By the time we're recording this, tomorrow is Mother's Day. So, everybody say I love you to your mumsies. Give them a nice, big, wet kiss on the lips. Now, Jem hasn't premiered in Alice Dark. She is going to very soon. When I mean very soon, I mean like a few chapters in. Just a few, not much. Next is, oy vey, we got hands and feet. Oh, jeez. I love drawing hands and feet. Surely not that difficult, I say to myself with a big shit-eating grin, because I know how easy it is. Surely it's never difficult at all to draw hands and feet. To be honest, yeah, they're not actually that bad in my opinion. They're not easy by all means, but at the same time, like, they're not as bad as they could be for me. Now, fun fact, this is actually the first time I'm drawing Jem Kyoko in Clip Studio Paint. In fact, it's been a while since I drew the character last. I can't remember, I think last year I was trying to alter her design and I didn't really like the result. So I just kind of scrapped it. A couple months before that is that the beanie looks like a dome. It's supposed to look like a beanie, so she's supposed to look like a rebel punk. You know what I mean? Here we go. I don't know why I'm singing fucking Megada fuck Sand song as a way to concentrate, but hey, it helps. It's genuinely a good song. As much as it's become sort of a meme, I will say it is a damn good song. I will die by that word. I will die by saying that. I mean, I will die with those words, whatever. Not that I want to die anytime soon. I may be... Well, technically I'm not... I don't know. People keep telling me all sorts of different things. Like, I'm a millennial, or I'm not a millennial, I'm Gen Z. It's like, am I or am I not? Some sources, what I look up to... I looked up, said I am. Some say I'm not. Either I'm at the very end of Millennial, or I'm at the very beginning of Gen Z. Touch your face, touch your face, touch your That's not how that works. That's not how that works one bit. You knock that off, Zachary. Stop acting like you know what you're doing. I'm sorry. Alright, why is the fucking... My nose is itchy. My allergies are kicking in. Oh, it's that time of the year. It is for me. No, I don't have the coronavirus. Don't... No, I'm good. It's just like... This goddamn virus had to come at the worst time. It had to come during flu season. It had to come during allergy season. I'm afraid to sneeze in public. In fear, like, someone going, oh, he has it! Everybody! We have a 2114! A 2114! If I ever just get tired of all the lines at Walmart, I could just go and see everybody fucking book it. I know some people are going to go ahead and say it. You can't make jokes about the coronavirus. Which is a shame. I was hoping my routine would spread. You can't stop me. I'm too powerful. Now, what I heard is that someone told me about this idea called the teardrop. Can't remember where I heard it from though. I think I just looked it up on Google one time because I was getting like a little frustrated. It's like, these boobs don't look good enough. Cut that out of context. Your boobs don't look good enough, lady. See how it almost looks like a teardrop? Yeah, that's the idea. So, let's start with Gem's head. What does her head look like? Now, this is going to be a little different because this is the first time I'm going to be drawing her head like this. Where's my phone? I need my phone for this. Now, how much do I want the beanie to droop? That's a good question. Well, considering her head's kind of leaning down, it shouldn't be drooping that much. So, around here. See, it doesn't look that good to me right now, but I think that's only because it's not complete. But just in case, I'll make another layer. Oh yeah, that's definitely way better. I'm using a reference based on an old sketch that's hanging on my wall. For those who don't know, my wall is covered in sketches I drew over the years, and one of the best versions of Gem Kyoko I drew is actually one of them. Kyoko! I can't even say my own character's name right. Now, her eyebrows are just lines. Originally, they were more detailed. They were originally, like, actual eyebrows. But I wanted to create more diversity throughout the cast. And that was my way of doing it. Just, sometimes a little more simplicity isn't bad. Even though I'm the kind of person who, this day and age, I don't really like simplicity or minimalism. Because I feel as if it's so overdone. You know what I mean? Everybody does it now. I feel like I need to make her face a little rounder. Don't be fooled by these glasses. She is not much of an intellectual. It's not to say she's dumb. If any of you call her dumb, I will... You're mean. You'll be very mean. Now, I don't think I really like her nose. So I think I am going to change it to, like, a Kai-looking nose. Anyway, now... For her shirt, she wears a regular tank top. A sleeveless shirt. Now her shirt is a little loose. But not too loose. It's actually tightish. I'll make the legs up here longer. Yeah, there we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's getting very nice. Very nice. Now we're getting to the additional details that were not a part of the original design, because this is typically how she looked like before, minus the beanie and the hair. Her hair was more straight down and her beanie looked like a dome. So I think I'm going to add some more flair to her design. What should I do? She's a punk. Oh yeah. Piercing. That's one thing from her original design I forgot to add. Nose piercing. Let's see. I don't know if I want to give her a choker because Alice already has one. Ooh, here's an idea. It might not be the best idea, but I think it looks good in my head. I guess I should also mention everything here is subject to change. It's worth noting that. Oh! Oh, wait. Not boom. Now boom. Yeah, I'm yawning. I was gonna try and do another episode after this. I will still. Don't worry about me. I know what I'm doing. Oh fuck. I'm actually really surprised by the quality of like the sketch so far. Yeah, but the quality of the sketch may not reflect the line art. You know what? It's always good to remember. Don't you just hate it when things just go fucking... I mean, I do. I personally hate it when things go... Gem, she can be lazy, but she's also a smartass. She's a rebel. She's kind of like Alice in a few ways, how you don't want to get on her bad side. But basically, the biggest difference is Alice would gladly punch you in the face. Gem would probably just flip you off and tell you to fuck off. And the thing is, unlike... Wait a minute, I do. I was gonna say I don't have a reference for color. In actuality, I do, yes I do! I wouldn't call her an introvert. I would just say she's lazy. A lot of people go ahead and say, oh, she's shy. Nope. She just doesn't want to fucking deal with shit. She's like, yeah, I could go out today. Nah. I'll be honest. That's me. And I guess it's a good thing. You gotta go ahead and pour yourself into your characters. You know? That's what makes them, you know, you. You gotta, like, use yourself as a reference, really. A lot of people get angry about certain things, like, oh, why'd you make your character like this? It's when, at the same time, the creator might not really have seen a problem with it. Because, you know, they use ourselves as a reference. We pour ourselves into all of our characters, whether that be, like, just our likes and dislikes, or how we view ourselves, or maybe what we want to be, what we do, what we don't want to be, in some ways. Or maybe our experiences. No matter what, like, who we are as people and what we've been through will always help form our characters and what we create. And I feel as if, and the only exceptions come when a character is specifically made to be brand recognizable or mainstream. Because at that point, you're just making something like engineered to be popular. And to me, that's soulless. Now, speaking of which, did you guys know Johnny Test came back? I don't know how you ended up making the animation worse. It looked off to me. It was like, what the hell is going on? It reminded me of one of those, like, you know, Johnny things. Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar? And it's like some of the voice actors sound like they were replaced, like the voice of Johnny and whatnot. But besides that, it feels like the show never left. The humor is the same, everything else is the same. The whip crack sound effect is still there. It feels like the show never left. I'll be honest, like, despite the fact that a lot of people rag on Johnny Test, it's like, oh, it's one of the worst things ever. I don't think the original series is that bad. I really don't think so. I think it's, like, enjoyable in a dumb way like Teen Titans Go is. It's like any type of humor that most people are kind of more fondly familiar with, like wholesome humor, quirky humor, relatable humor. I don't like that. I don't like that kind of stuff. So whenever I say, like, well, it's so wholesome, I kind of groan a little bit. And I know it makes me sound like I'm a bitter old man. It's like, oh, my dick damn generation. And I'm sorry. Damn kids these days looking at their friggin' TikToks and friggin' memes and cringe. I can't handle it with these kids. And liking things that I don't like. Oh no. Ah, fucking hell. Alright, hang on. I'm gonna have to mash Finn. We'll get... Nope, okay. There we go, okay. Sometimes, for some reason... Hang on, let me see if it affected anything else. I've been recording for an hour, shit. This ain't good. This ain't good, Papa. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, ugh, you actually like Teen Titans Go and Johnny Test. I'm like, yeah, what of it? Shut up. We probably shouldn't normalize the idea of people getting unnecessarily angry at cartoons. And this is coming from an animator. Like, it's okay to like and appreciate cartoons, but don't take it so fucking damn seriously. Like, really, calm down. No animator's gonna look at you and be like, wow, look at this guy, he's so cool. No, they're probably just gonna be like, ugh, creeped out by you. Please, knock it off. Ah, shit, I'm on the wrong layer. You can say, oh, shit taste. I don't give a fine. Ugh. I won't apologize for that either. That's a normal bodily function. You want me to be ashamed of normal bodily functions? You only think it's gross because society told you it's gross! And I can't even say the word society anymore without someone being like, haha, Joker meme. It's like, shut up. Just shut. How many words have been ruined by memes? We got cringe. We got society. We got Joker. In 2016, literally was ruined because I'm sure everyone remembers Leafy and how he used to go, literally. For a while, that was ruined because of not Leafy, but more or less just how everyone was trying to be like Leafy. It reminds me, remember when everyone was saying like 2016 is the worst year ever? Man, how do you feel about that now, huh? Can I take back your word, don't you? I would. Oh, don't worry, I guarantee it, like, in the next, like, 2 years, there's gonna be a year that, like, some bad things happen and be like, remember 2020? That was so good. Because that's what happened now. Remember, everyone was like, 2016 is the worst year ever. But now no one ever wants to bring it up. No one ever wants to bring all the bad stuff that happened in 2016 up. I guarantee you, in the next like 2 or 4 years, people are going to go ahead and be like, oh, remember 2020? It wasn't as bad as 2024. 2024, worst year ever. I swear to God, 2016 started the trend of like every year is bad. Because I swear to fucking Christ, it was like constant. It is still constant. Like, 2017, worst year ever. 2018, worst year ever. Shot your fucking traps. When I say this year is good, no. It's one of the few times you're actually right in the fact that it's bad. I feel like I'm becoming like a grouchy old man. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just becoming that get off my damn property kind of person. No kids these days. I don't know why. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna be like one of those like fucking idiots who are just like, whoa, a kid's doing a Fortnite dance? Time to bully! Unless it's a trend that's legitimately hurting people. Which at that point, yeah, we should probably call them stupid. I really don't think a kid flossing is gonna cause the end of the world. Come on now. We're almost done. Please let it be finished. All I have to do is fill in the tattoo, and then we can do the colors. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a break after this. It's getting really late, and I have to pick up my sister and her girlfriend early tomorrow. So we can not only, like, I can help them with laundry, but also so we can get a gift for Mumsy, because it's Mother's Day. Good heavens, it's Mother's Day tomorrow. How much of a compulsive buyer am I? I have a guinea pig now. 2, actually. because they told me it'd probably be a good idea to get partners, because they're a cage mate, because they're very social animals, despite the fact that they don't get along. You two. Their names are Twilight and Caramel Evening. All right, now for the colors. We're getting there. Now remember how you mentioned like Jim's older design? Well, shabba-da-bing. That's what we were using as a color reference. Now, as you can see, the lines are a bit more weird. It's because this was made on GIMP 2. And here's one big difference between this gem, no. Here's the thing that you might be a little confused about. Gem is technically Asian. She is Japanese, of Japanese descent. However, as you can probably tell, her skin is fairly white. And why is this? I actually intend to go over that in the story. Still got fucking Mega Lovnia. Is that how you pronounce it? Sans theme. Gonna have a bad time. Yeah. I always imagine Sans having like the voice of like Patrick. I don't know why. Wait, no, isn't it like proven recently? Like, no, not recently, like a year ago, that the voice of Sans is actually like, you know, the is actually from SpongeBob and actually is Patrick. I remember that was after I thought, like, you know, I always imagined Sans with like a Patrick voice, because all the jokes that he would quip, it would always make me think he was going, yeah. Now he's probably crushed the dreams of like a dozen fangirls who are like, no, Sans sounds cool. No, you can't do that. That's not how Sans sounds. Sango. I always imagined Papyrus was like a Skeletor kind of song, like a voice. However, so we just got two brothers going. Damn it! This is a problem. How do I? Because it's such a color that I can't see which parts are... Oh, there it is. Damn it. I can't see which parts are actually connected and what aren't. Let's see. We'll find it. I'm on the bet. It's not that region, it's here. It's here that's doing it. Right? Poop. Blink. There we go. And I just noticed another mistake. Blink. There we go. Can't let that rogue pixel go. Originally her hair was like purplish, as you can see here. It's like a magenta, but I kind of want to make it pink. I think that's a better color. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I love the music from Hideki Naganuma. He's such a good composer. I love him. And it's being a boy. It's always one little friggin' pixel, ain't it? One tiny little measly little pixel. She's gonna get her shoes done. I think her shoes are all that's left. Frick. What now? Fucking pixel, of course. As I said always, it's one little fucking pixel. I actually didn't mean to do that. I don't know what came. I just became Sylvester from the friggin' Looney Tunes for a second. Anyone seen the clips of like? They actually released a full episode of the new Looney Tunes shorts on YouTube. It was the roller coaster one. I mean, it's just like Johnny Test. It feels like it's the show that never left. I mean, it's modernized. Don't get me wrong. That might turn some people off. I could definitely see some people being frustrated. Like, why did they modernize it? The thing is, they didn't modernize it that much, though. They only modernized like a few parts here and there. Frick. For the most part, it's still like the same old Looney Tunes, but at the same time, it's just like, even if it wasn't, I still think that modernizing it a little bit would have been the best idea. Just because of how many like shorts they would have had to produce, and like they probably would have wanted to stick out in comparison to the older series. We're gonna start this phase, and then after that, all I have to do is like a quick flat color background, and we're done. I hate shading, but at the same time, you gotta do it. Well, technically I don't have to. I could have it be flat color, but I don't like just doing regular flat color. I don't know. I have nothing against regular flat color, but I feel as if I can shade it, I will, especially since my shading process doesn't even take that long, really. It's just like, get an extra layer in between the lowest outline and the highest color, put it at 50% opacity, and then have black cover the whole thing, and erase the parts I don't need. That's all it is. I will say, Gem's original design that I gave her, the one that you saw, it didn't really have that much flair to it. This one definitely has a lot more flair, and I like it a lot more because of it. I mean, I'll be honest. All I really did was add the tattoo, add this thing, make this a belt, and give her the ring. But I still like it. I like it. I'm glad I took this as an opportunity. Thank you, Bad Dream. It's still weird to think about that was the whole reason I did this. It's because I had a bad dream featuring Gem. Where, like, I dreamed her getting slaughtered. But like I said, it turns out, like, that's the kind of stuff that leads me to my best work. Because I really am liking this so far. I'm sure within, like, a week I'll be like, nee. Actually, I don't really get that as much. You always hear that about artists, how it's like, oh, you'll like it for, like, a week, and then you'll realize how terrible it is. Like, I don't really get that. Maybe you probably think, like, oh, you're narcissistic. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just proud of the stuff that I make. Is that so wrong? I can admit something's not good, but I can still be proud of it. That's how I look at something like the JitRay archive. Or the JitRay era in general. Because, yeah, all of those videos, objectively, like, 80 to 90% of those videos are not good. But I'm still proud of myself for making them, because for the most part, they're entertaining, granted, for the wrong reasons. And at the same time, it's where things started, you know? A lot of artists want to go ahead and be like, oh, I can't even look at that thing. The same way it's like, well, you don't have to, but at the same time, it's just like, wouldn't it be nicer just to go ahead and look at something that you made and be like, yeah, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. So at the same time, if you're going to go ahead and talk down to yourself, be all like, oh, I shouldn't make this thing, it's terrible, or I shouldn't have made this thing, it's terrible now. I'm going to personally go over to your house, give you a big hug, say you're great, you're amazing. And don't you ever talk down to yourself and give you a cookie, because you deserve it. Hear that, viewer? You deserve a cookie. I'll admit, though, Jimmy Neutron had them fucking cool-ass jeans. I mean, if you look at the movie, he looked like a dork with his stupid shorts and regular brown shoes. But by the time the early 2000s, the TV show came around, he decided to have, like, nope, I'm gonna go ahead and change, give myself, like, a fucking cool-ass pair of jeans, white sneakers. It's like, damn, Jimmy Neutron, you look fly as fuck! I mean, I have to say, most likely it was inspired by 2000s culture. Because that was a thing within the 2000s culture, like, white sneakers or sneakers in general, and those kind of jeans. Like, for some reason, there are a lot of characters in fictional media that wore blue jeans, and I know that probably sounds like, oh, that's just a coincidence. Why would that be a thing? Trust me, it was a thing. Back in the early 2000s, blue jeans were a thing. Ah, my fucking neck. My hair was touching my neck. Nothing ever considers me getting a haircut more than my hair touching my neck and making it feel all itchy. I do not like that, especially since I have naturally curly hair. And whenever I just let my hair down, it just curls up into my neck and it feels fucking weird and I hate it. That's why I have a ponytail 90% of the time. Alrighty, I think we're done. This is Gem Kyoko. I really like the result here. I like the style I gave her. It's not too different from what I had before, but I think it's also different enough and a good improvement. I hope everyone enjoyed. This is probably going to be a lengthy episode. Let me go ahead and look at Audacity really quick. Yeah, 2 hours long. I was not planning this at all. I was hoping it'd be like 1 hour. But you know what? Still got it done. Still happy with it. Y'all have a good day.